We know you've been waiting for Axiom's 23mm class drivers to show up, and we've got the Mayhem to show it to you.
Let's do it.
MVP has done a wonderful thing for us. They've given us discs in the 160 to 165 weight and also at a maximum distance weight. And the great thing about these discs is that they keep a similar flight characteristics no matter what weight you give them. That's not very common in a lot of discs. In fact, Dad and I throw a lot of discs from a bunch of different manufacturers, and one thing we notice a lot is the inconsistency in disc. We understand that if you throw a much lighter disc, you're going to have a different flight path than you will with a heavier disc, and we haven't experienced that as much with the MVP and Axiom line. And once again, this disc did not let us down. This is Axiom. I am a huge fan of Axiom. Why? Because I like bright and colorful things. I'm a colorful dude, and I like these type of color characteristics. Don't get me wrong, I love throwing gyro, so I'll throw MVP all day long. In fact, my main disc is inertia, so I have the MVP in my line as well, but the Axiom just looks so sexy. This one, this pink on orange, I was able to get a 350 all day long. Dad was as well. Throwing this flat and straight, you'll see in the video, it pulled to the right and then finished left, and we had it on a straight line. You threw this on an Annie and you're gonna get even more distance. The one suggestion I do is if you put a little bit of an Annie on this, make sure you're throwing it up at enough height so that way it can get the maximum characteristics out of that flight path. If you throw between 200 and 350, Dad and I were experiencing getting this disc a maximum distance just by throwing it flat and straight. If you throw beyond that, this disc is probably going to be a little bit less stable for you. You might have to put it on a bit of a hyzer in order for it to flip up and then get the flight path that you're looking for out of it. If you're in the arm speed that Dad and I have, about a moderate speed, you're going to love this disc. This 23mm disc is here to stay, and it's going in mine and Dad's bag.
Yeah, this is staying in mine for sure. We're so consistent today on our throws. The last cone that was out there was at 350, and I can't tell you, at least 10 times we landed within a foot of the dang cone.
Yeah.
Every time. I mean, it was so consistent.
Yeah.
I love that because a lot of times when we're throwing out here, you'll see them going a little far right, a little far left because of our inconsistency. But we're laying these things dead flat, and they get screamed out there, just distance-wise, big-time-wise. And again, you didn't have to put an anhyzer on it to make it stay straight. You could throw it dead straight downwind, and it gets screamed. It was a great disc.
I gotta tell you, Dad and I get a lot of field work doing these videos, right? We're out here, we're throwing tons of shots. You guys might only see about 3 or 4 clips, but for the longest time, Dad would be out here with me, and we're filming 2 hours at least, and because so many of our discs didn't get the flight path we wanted, or we released it inconsistently, and the footage just isn't good enough to show you what the disc flight should be doing. Every shot we threw today that's on camera was used, and it was almost the very first shot that we used. And only a couple times did we have to refilm a disc. And I tell you, this disc is going to help you. This disc, we didn't change our form, but was getting further distance for us. Right. So not only were we getting the 350 that we normally max out on, there was a few shots Dad threw at 25, even 30 feet past that marking. So we were really excited about the distance with this disc. We're really excited about the characteristics.
But you could trust your throw. You know you could throw it dead straight, and you don't have to worry about it. You know where it's going to go, and there's not very many discs. I could say that too.
Confidence brings so much value to the game. As always, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this channel. Infinite Disc, your disc golf superstore. Go in there, put in our discount code to get 5% off your purchase of all your disc golf needs. Go to blenderseyewear.com. These glasses are rad, and you can use the Tuck Force 1 discount code to receive 20% off your purchase. We've got new videos out every week. Have an amazing day.